want you to do these 5 things. It's 5, just 5. Real simple list. 1, I want you to write down the 5 people you talk to the most. I want you to write it down. 5 people you talk to the most. Mom, dad, sister, BFF, whatever. The 5 people you talk to the most. Good people, what's up? Listen, happy New Year. Listen, I am super excited about 2026. And what we started in 2025 is breaking down the keys, the tips, the lessons from Stranger Things. And the finale has happened, and I wanted to wait for a little bit, people to watch it, so I wasn't spoiling nothing. But I'm telling you, if you want this year to be the best year of your life, and you want to make sure that you can take what you do this year in 26 and to live it and beyond, then watching this video to the end is the right decision. All right, so let's get to it. I want us to go to it. Listen, we have just had social phenomenon. It's a social phenomenon of all of what happened with Stranger Things finale. Some people like it, some people don't. But listen, I got some notes and I want to talk about it. Here's the one thing I want you to take away. If you don't take away anything else, you can click off the video after this. Is I want you to understand this. In order for you to be successful in 2026 and to leverage this lesson on until the rest of your life, you got to do what the characters in Stranger Things did. What did they do? When you look at their ability to be able to go up against Vecna, the Mind Flayer, be able to defeat what was going on in the Abyss and in the Upside Down, and to allow for them to have victory, they had to put themselves in a position that many of us won't do. What's that position? You got to be vulnerable. You got to be transparent. You got to be honest. Yeah. And what does that mean when we're vulnerable, transparent, and honest? That means we have to reveal that there's something in us that we don't have to solve the problem that's in front of us. Yes, in order for Will to be able to get free finally after season 1 from Vecna and the Upside Down, he needed Elle. But in order for Elle to be able to defeat Vecna in his same spot, she needed Dustin, who was the nerd that figured out all the skills. They needed each other. Aaron, what's the principle? I want you to understand this, that in every area of your life, if you want to be successful in 2026, you can't do it alone. I'm going to say it again. Yes, that includes you. If you want to be successful in every area of your life in 2026, you cannot do it alone. Yeah, that's the beauty of why I love Stranger Things. It's just a motif and a montage of what many of us have to start figuring out in our lives. We have to stop trying to do it alone. So, let me look at my notes real quick. So, here's what I want you to think through. I want you to think through this. This in Stranger Things, this Mind Flayer, Upside Down. There's a moment where Elle's like, I can't find Vecna because what did Dustin figure out? He's not in the Upside Down. He's in the next dimension, what he called the Abyss. It took them to start trying to figure these different things out together. When it came to, there was a moment when Derek, who they called him one name, I won't say it here, all of a sudden he started figuring out that there was something off, something was wrong, because he started figuring things out, and he looked and he says, oh, Holly gets it. And when Holly got it, then Max got it, then he felt like I had some help. The thing that we got to understand that Stranger Things shows us is that we're better together than we will ever be apart. How do I know it? You're looking at somebody who had an opportunity that with the resume and success that people will say that I have, had 2 books that have gone bestseller on Amazon. I didn't do that by myself. My sister coached me on the first one. Then I took her coaching, and then my brother's coaching on how to write the second one, and they both did it. Okay, I'm a basketball guy. You know, currently right now in my school's Hall of Fame, my name is listed. Not as an individual, but because I was a key component to a team that did something in school history that's never been done before. We are better together than we will ever be apart. But the one thing I love about Stranger Things, which plays out very clearly in sports, is everybody had a role to play. Yeah, everybody had a role to play. So you know that business idea that you're trying to launch that you think that somebody gonna steal it from you, or you think that that you can do it on your own, it's only gonna happen when you partner with the right people. Let me say this to my single parents, moms and dads. You know that kid that you really want to see be a successful citizen in life and be able to the life that you never had that you want to give them? Guess what's gonna happen? Being able to get your kids on the right path, it's not gonna happen by yourself. We're better together than we will ever be apart. And that's where we have to be able to move to in 2026 and stop going at things alone. Have to. I want you to think about it like this. All right. So you're probably saying, Aaron, I hear you. You talking all this stuff about we got to be together. You using Stranger Things. I got it. Okay. All right. Can we say this? So I want you to leverage this principle. I want you to listen to me and leverage this principle. All you have is everything you need. I'm going to say it again. All that you have is everything you need. How do I know it? Is that there's somebody around you right now that is looking for an opportunity to help you. But because you don't want to say anything based on trauma, disappointment, frustration, remember we talked about pain comes in a package that's pretty and justifies us staying disconnected and being alone. But you got some powerful stuff that's in your life. Financial stuff, relationship trauma, spiritual trauma, physical things that you need to be partnered with somebody else that can help you get through it. It is your own version of the upside down in Vecna. And it took a group and a band of misfits. They even brought a science teacher in at the end to help them out. Because in their network, and they were talking in their strategy, it says, well, I think this person might be able to get us here, and I think this person might be able to get us here. And it was to the point that even somebody had to apologize to be able to get access to get their plan in place. But if you change your perspective and you look at who you're connected to and who you're surrounded by, you'll realize that all you need is everything that you have. And all you have is everything you need. It's right there. Okay, so Aaron, how do I figure this out? I'm glad you asked the question. How do I figure it out? I want you to do these 5 things for me. I want you to do these 5 things. It's 5, just 5. Real simple list. 1, I want you to write down the 5 people you talk to the most. I want you to write it down. 5 people you talk to the most. Mom, dad, sister, BFF, whatever. The 5 people you talk to the most. Second thing I want you to do is then write down their strengths. What are they good at? In essence, why do you talk to them all the time? If you talk to them all the time, then write it down. What are their strengths? Third thing I want you to do is answer the question, yes or no, for each person on that list. Do they know what you're working on? Whether it's a fitness goal, financial goal, business goal, relational goal, career goal, do they know what you're working on? Answer yes or no. If they do, great. If they don't, all right, you can go a little bit deeper. But 4, now I want you to ask the question, based on what you are working on and their strengths paired together, who on that list actually will be good to talk to? And if their strengths match up to your goal, then you got to set up a meeting. And for those, and I know you might not set up a meeting with everybody on the list, but when you set up at least one meeting from this 5, here's what I need you to do. Here's what I need you to do for me. Can you do this for me? I need you to go into the meeting, this is step number 5, and be open. Nope, don't justify your position. Don't justify the thing that's in your head. Just be open to their feedback. Because why? Feedback is a gift. You know what you know. You need to find out now what they know. Yeah. In 2026, if we're going to be able to let this be the year that's the best year of our lives in which we could take it and live beyond 2026, then we got to remember, we can't do it alone. That every area in our life in 2026 is not going to be what it needs to be trying to do it alone. You can't do it alone. We are better together than we will ever be apart. And all you have is everything you need. So I'm going to end it this way. So at the end of season 5, season finale, they defeat Vecna, they defeat the Mind Flayer, and they set Hawkins back in the right position. Spoiler alert, sorry. Put in the right position that everybody goes off and lives amazing lives. But the only reason they were able to do that is because you see consistently in a conversation between Mike and Elle where they're imagining a world without Vecna, without the Upside Down, without the military chasing her. They're imagining a world that's peaceful. What Mike talked about, imagining a world with 3 waterfalls. The rest of the Hawkins crew, what kept Lucas fighting so hard for Max, he was imagining a world where his girlfriend came back to him. They're imagining something on the other side of the struggle, on the other side of defeating the foe, on the other side of my financial stuff, the other side of my relational stuff, the other side of my business struggles. There's an imagination of something on the other side. And because there was something on the other side, they didn't care about who would be the hero. There's a moment in Stranger Things where Mrs. Wheeler, who we didn't think was going to be much, she ended up being the hero where she made a homemade bomb and killed the Demogorgons when they needed to die. Kept the plan in motion. Because there's an imagination of a world where my children are safe, in her case. Imagining a world in which my kids can take care of themselves might be a parental desire. There's a world that we're imagining, and I want you to imagine that. And how I want you to imagine it, I want you to think about it. I want you to see how it feels, how it smells, what it feels like. Because that's what's going to push you through. And many of us are still trying to be disconnected because of all this stuff. Because we got AI now, and AI can make it work, and AI can do this stuff. AI is not going to be willing to go into 2 separate worlds like in Stranger Things to be able to fight for a world on the other side. AI won't do it. It's not inspired. It doesn't have emotions. It will optimize your tasks, but it will not be inspired to push through the difficult spaces. And I don't want us to fall for, I can do it by myself because I got these AI tools now. Because at the end of the day, when Elle is sitting in front of Vecna and they going back and forth, if she didn't have Nancy shooting her shotgun and Lucas throwing the chemical bombs and then Will actually getting inside of Vecna's head and breaking his arm, there's no way Vecna and Mind Flayer die. In the world that you're imagining, it's not going to happen until you're willing to be vulnerable, honest, and transparent with those around you, that 5, and allow for them to speak into what it is that you're working on. I know it. I know it. Shout out to Stranger Things. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to all the spinoffs and things that happened. But this 5-season series taught us this. We are better together than we'll ever be apart. And the lesson we can take away from for this year to apply today, not tomorrow, not next week, today, is that if I'm going to be successful in every area of my life, it won't happen alone. All I have is everything I need. And there are people around me that are looking forward to helping. Let me write them down, think about their strengths, figure out how we pair those together, set up a meeting, and be open. And what you're going to find out is at the end of this year, you're going to be in a different space, a different time, that you're going to be honest and say, it wouldn't have happened had I been doing it by myself. Listen, if this has been helpful, if this has been something good for you, do me a favor. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend, send it to them, share it, like it, subscribe. We are just getting started. Thank you, Duffer Brothers. Thank you to the cast of Stranger Things for this lesson that we now know. We will be better together than we will ever be apart. And if we're going to be successful in 2026, it will not happen doing it alone. I'll see you in the next one.